Welcome. It is day 12 of our Mind Body Yoga Fit Challenge. You don't need any equipment for this class, just a mat, your mind, your body, and your breath. Let's do this. We're going to start today's class in child's pose or any variation of it. So go ahead and bring your hips towards your heels. Use props here if you need it as you walk your hands forward. Rest your forehead and tip of the nose down on the mat. That's going to turn off all your visual cues and hopefully help you to tune into your breath. See if you can find the inhale and the exhale. Setting your intentions for today's class. With your next in-breath, start to walk your hands over to the right, just till you feel a nice stretch in your left side body, and then melt your forehead down. Gently push your left hip away. Good. Start that journey over to the other side. Walk the hands, and then find that stretch. Push your right hip away. Breathe into your right lung. An HA breath out in the back of the throat. A little bit like a sigh. Walk the hands through the middle here, and then as you do, shift forward into all fours. Tabletop position. Place the knees under your hips and the hands under your shoulders. Cat-cow. Start your round, chin to chest. Tuck the tailbone down. Reverse. Melt your chest forward. Lift up your tail. Lift up your heart. Let's do two more. Round it. And gentle arch. Last one. And release. Start to tuck the toes under. Energize your arms because you're going to pick those knees up into downward facing dog. Heels get nice and heavy. And let's take a moment to pedal out the feet here. Bend one knee. And then slowly switch. Alternate the other heel to the floor. I'm going to set you free so you can pedal faster than this or slower. Just match it with your own breath. We're hanging upside down here for a second. Getting a lot of blood flow to the face, the brain. Go with your next breath. Let's go ahead and stretch right leg to the sky. Inhale, big breath, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Hold and firm. Squeeze everything. Two more. Inhale, right leg up. Feel a deep stretch in your left hamstring. And then come forward, squeeze, wake up the core. Inhale, last one. And step your right foot all the way to the top of the mat, keeping your hips pretty high here. Hands on both sides of the foot. We're holding low lunge for a moment. Feel that stretch in your back hip. Lift up your heart. Get light in your fingers. Good. We'll melt the back knee down and uncurl the toes. Scissoring your legs here so that you can rise out of that low lunge. Hands can come to your thigh. Or maybe consider stretching your arms up for the sky. Maybe even bringing fingertips to touch, palm to palm. Getting nice and tall here through the back. Good. We'll exhale, keeping those palms together. Pull them down to your heart center, prepping for a little twist. So rotate towards the right and then tip forward so that your left elbow can hook outside of your right thigh. Gently roll the heart, rotate through the middle spine into revolved low lunge. So we're taking the hands and trying to work our way towards thumbs to heart. Good. Take a little peek down at your toes. Tuck your back toes under. Really strong back leg. Can you pick up the back knee and find a more vigorous version of this twist? You can say no and leave that knee down if that's where you're at today. We'll keep the gaze down on the floor here. Put a little bend on your back knee. Can you step your back left foot to meet your right foot and then hold the twist, revolve chair. Keep working the heart towards the right. Slowly unwind your torso. Keep low in the leg as you reach your arms up. Sink an inch. Press down to both feet as you rise up. Straighten the legs, lift up, little back bend. And we bow. Fold. Half lift. Think a tabletop spine, then exhale, release, hands to the floor. Find your first plank pose. Step your feet back. Strong core here. Charge everything up. And then we'll shift the knees down to the floor and then spin the fingers out so the eyes of your elbows face forward. 3 chaturanga push-ups here. Slowly lower about halfway. Squeeze your elbows in and then exhale. press it up. 2 more. Keeping really tight elbows to the ribs. Exhale up. Soft neck. Try to put it in your chest, your shoulders, not the neck. And release to child's pose. And this time, let's actually take the hands back toward the toes. Embryo. Knuckles down. Roll those shoulder heads towards the floor. I'm going to do that whole same flow on the other side, creating some tension for the abdominals to challenge those muscles and strengthen them. Reach the arms forward into child's pose. Come forward into table. And then tuck toes. Make your way back. Downward dog. Heels are heavy, and here's an opportunity to pedal if it feels good. Bend one knee and gently press the opposite heel to the floor. Really keep those triceps engaged, though, and the elbows. They don't lock, but they're mostly straight. Let's work the left leg to the sky. So stretch your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Nice big stretch for your right hamstring. And then draw your left knee forward, round your back, tuck like a mountain climber. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, stretch it up. And exhale, firm forward onto the hands. Last one. And exhale, step your left foot up as high up the mat as you can. Aim by your left thumb. Feel free to drag it, to pull it with your hands. Lift up your heart, lighten on your fingers. Keep that back knee up for a moment. Find the breath, find the stretch. And then we'll slowly melt the back knee down to the ground and uncurl the toes. Energy through your legs is what's going to get you out from the floor here. So kind of drive that left heel down and climb to your thigh. And see if you can pick up your heart and maybe even reach your arms overhead. Perhaps see if the fingers can touch palm to palm in prayer. But if you need them on your thigh or if you need them separated, you can. We'll slowly lower the thumbs towards the heart center, prepping for a twist to the other side. So start to rotate your heart to the left and then lean forward through that spine, hooking your right elbow outside the left thigh. And then start to work into a little bit of a deeper twist without forcing. Try to keep length in the spine, length in the back. Some energy here. Look down at the toes, and we'll tuck the back right toes under and see if you can pick up the back knee, feeling a lot of energy through both legs. Come back into that twist. Notice where you feel it. So once again, calling upon some strength. Gaze at that front left corner of your mat. Put a bend in your back knee, spring load, and step both toes together. Sink into your twisted chair. So working on keeping the knees parallel, the hips lined up. Open the heart to the left. And stay in your chair as you unwind your spine. Reach your arms up, face forward. Sink 1 inch. Push down and your legs rise up. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, fold. Half lift on the in-breath. And exhale, release. Bend both knees, bind the mat with your hands, and step yourself or hop yourself back to plank. Line everything up. You can go to your knees or your toes, but we're all going to bring our elbows down for dolphin plank. So slowly lower 1 forearm at a time, and then sink back into that really good plank alignment. Head is lifted in line with the spine. And this is a tough pose. Hold for another breath. We're going to tiptoe the feet towards the elbows, and it will feel very down dog-esque. So you're going to get a stretch in the back of the legs. Dolphin pose. If you would like, you can interlace your fingers for a little more stability as your head just kind of drops down towards the mat between your elbows. Good. With the exhale, we'll bend the knees, slowly uncurl the toes, let the hips reach back. You can either keep your arms overhead or you can bend them and make a pillow for your forehead. And take a moment and just feel that heat circulating the body here. You did a lot of work. Let's stretch it back out here. So walking the hands back to parallel, shift yourself into all fours. We're going to try 4-limb stick. So I'm going to scoot back just a little bit on my mat. 4-limb stick is knees, chest, and chin. So you're going to bend your elbows just like you were doing the tricep push-up, but leave your hips a little higher. And then slither forward like you're coming under a fence. Tops of the feet melt. Baby cobra, lift up. Keep the neck relaxed. Exhale, release. Let's do one more. Back bend. Gently pushing through your hands and peeling up. Not forcing it, wherever your height is. And then melt back into the hands. Go ahead and take your left arm, make a pillow for your forehead, and we'll bend your right knee. You can just keep it right here, or if there's room to stretch back with your right hand, see if you can find your right foot. Quad stretch. Find the breath. Notice if you're holding the breath, a little too deep in the pose. If that's what you find, back out of it just a bit. You're welcome to stay here in quad stretch, but here's your option if you'd like. Start to lift up your head and shoulders, and then engage your back body. Stretch your left arm and your left leg out into locust, and maybe kick your right hand with your right foot into half bow. So creating some strength here for back body, but pull your belly in. And if you chose this variation, slowly melt back out of it, lowering your knee, lowering your arm and leg. Release the right foot and switch it out. Right forearm becomes your new pillow. Rest your forehead. And then I place my left hand by my rib, bend the left knee, test the waters on this quad, and then perhaps stretch back and see if you can find it. Quad stretch. Check in real quick and see if the breath is smooth and even. And that will help you to decide whether you just stay here and breathe or if you're going to add on. You don't have to do it on both sides. If you did it on one, it doesn't feel right on the other. For those of you who are ready, start to lift up the head and shoulders, engaging your back muscles, your posture muscles. Reach your right arm, your right leg, come into half locust, and maybe kick your left hand with your left foot, trying not to flare the knee, coming into half bow. And then we'll slowly release from that strengthening position. Melt yourself back down with care. Release your right foot. Take both hands to a little pillow for your forehead and pick up both feet so that their knees are bent 90, and we'll just drop the feet right and left. Massage the quads. Excellent. Let the toes fall back down to the ground, and then walk your hands back by your ribs. Pick yourself up. Let's counter stretch this here. Child's pose. Well deserved. You earn this. And then one of my all-time favorite poses is up next. We have half pigeon. So let's do the left knee first. So shift forward into all fours. Draw your left knee through the center of your mat, and then kind of shimmy your left foot out towards behind your right wrist. Slide that back quad towards the floor and lift up your hip. Think almost like a little bit of a cobra stretch first. And then let's fold. Any amount, maybe just to your hands, maybe to your elbows, maybe to the forehead. A little fist pillow can be helpful here, stacking the fists under your forehead. And just notice what you feel, where you feel it, and observe your breath. Should be calming for the nervous system to bring your focus to the breath. God will slowly come out of half pigeon if that's what you chose to hold, walking up to the hands. Put energy into your arms as you push away from the floor. Bring that knee back. Quick little child's pose. Reset the hips. And then come through center for side two. Your right knee down the middle of the mat, and then wiggle your right foot out behind your left wrist, just to your point of wherever your edge is. And start to slide the hips to square. Lift up first, little cobra. Maybe on the fingers or blocks, chest up. And then we'll fold any amount, maybe walking to the elbows or just a few handprints forward. Fist pillow might be nice, a block. Take a breath into that outer hip. Release the tension with each exhale. Good. We'll start our journey climbing back up. Put some tension back into your arms. Pick yourself up. Use your upper body strength here to push the floor away and slide that knee back underneath the hips. Wag your tail side to side, and then kick your ankles to one direction, whichever one feels good for you, to shift yourself onto your hips. So we're going to sit up right here for boat pose. Lean back into what feels like a V. Shoulders relaxed, and you can just hold right here. Hands on the hamstrings, lifting the chest, kind of balancing on your tailbone. If that feels simple, your option to lift up the feet and bring the shins to parallel. Try that. And And if there's room, maybe you let go with your hands, reaching your palms up. Take one more breath here. And we'll slowly release the feet. If you chose to pick them up, grab your shins and just pull the heart, lift the chin up off the chest. And then round the back, tuck the chin towards your chest. Good, come back up, and then here's a chance to kind of glance behind you and make sure you have room to roll back. We are going to do a couple playful rolls. So on your next breath, start to rock back into your spine and roll forward to the tailbone. If you have a really thin mat, this might not feel good, so you're welcome to just hold your knees to your chest on your back. We'll meet you there. Come into that supine position, hug the knees to the chest, let your head rest, rock them right and rock them left. Massage the lower back. We just have a little bit more core work, and then you are done. Keep your right knee and send your left leg out. Think like 45 degrees or even lower, but your low back stays fused. Pick up your head, chest, shoulders. Reach your arms out like a number 11. And we're just going to bicycle pedal here for a few breaths. So inhale, left knee. Exhale, right knee. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, exhale. Last one, and then you'll keep your right knee, lower your left heel, lower your head, shake your head side to side, massage the back of the skull, and then hold the gaze up steady towards the sky. Kick your right foot to the sky and just climb up your ankle or your foot or your shin and gently pull the right knee back towards your right armpit. Feels like happy baby. Deep breath here. We'll slowly release whatever you were holding. Draw the left knee in. Shake the knees side to side, and we'll do it on the other side. So pull left shin in tight. Send your right leg out 45. Curl your head, shoulders up so you're in a crunch. And then see if you can let go with your hands. And we're just going to cycle here for a few breaths. So inhale, right knee. Exhale, left knee. Right, left. Can you keep your chin off your chest? Your arms reaching. And then we hold this last one, hug your knee, lower your right heel, lower your head, relax your shoulders. You can shake your head side to side if you gather any tension for the neck. And then pick up the left heel to the sky, climb your foot. Maybe just hold the shin or the ankle, or if you can catch your foot, go ahead and gently pull your left knee towards like a happy baby position, stretching through the groin and the hip. And we're going to slowly release whatever you chose to hold, setting your footprint down on the floor, and then draw your right one in next to it. Scoot your hips so they're centered. Arms down by your sides. Walk your heels in close for bridge. Push into both feet. Let's lift the hips up. Try to keep those hips parallel, knees parallel. Arms can walk down the back, maybe interlacing your fingers. So coming into a chest expansion. That is optional. Feel free to keep your hands down by your sides, just separated. We'll start to release if you chose to interlace your fingers and roll your spine one vertebra at a time, down, down, down into the floor. Stretch your arms out into a T. Walk your feet out a little wider, and let's let the knees windshield wiper a couple more times before we settle into our relaxation. Good. Drop the knees towards one another and bring your hands towards your belly. Close down the eyes as you get all your last minute wiggles out. Relax your jaw. Lightly close your lips. And just for a few moments, let go of the busy world outside and just be with your breath. The inhale. The exhale. Feeling your belly rise every time you inhale and sink every time you exhale. And if you'd like to take a longer rest or meditation, this is your opportunity to pause the video and settle in for a nice long Shavasana. If you're ready to close the class, Go ahead and leave the video playing, and we'll drop the knees to one direction as you blink your eyes open. Use the hands to push the floor away. Take your time, come on up to a comfortable seat, whatever you wish with your legs, as long as your spine is tall. Deep breath in here, reach both arms overhead and connect your palms. Pull them to your heart center, chin towards your chest. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this class, please make sure you leave a like, share, subscribe, and comment. I will see you guys on day 13 of our Mind Body Challenge. Namaste.